Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish and welcome back to Baldur's Gate, where, when we last left off, we had just finished exploring Baragost, and now it's time to make our way south to Nashkel, because that is where the main story lies, and that is also where Khalid and Jaheira want to go in a hurry. We're doing pretty well. We made it to level 2 last time, and we don't need a whole lot of experience to level 3, which will be great. Big buffs then. Khalid is almost level 2. Emywyn is getting close to level 3 as well. So, we've got a big map to cover. Time to get started.
You have but to ask.
Let's see what lies in this map for us. Ooh, Shelley. What does Shelley have to say?
Mother said not to talk with strangers.
Ah, a wandering child, I see.
Leave me be. Leave me be. I'm picking fruit for Bobby. Every little bit helps, she says, so I'm gonna help.
Let's see. Now we have to remember we've got to try to alternate between rude and kind. Isn't it dangerous for you, Shelley?
Yeah, I suppose. I'm fast, though, and town's only a little ways away. I was chased by a gibberling once, but Bunky's dad's a guard, and he smacked that grass monkey like it'd never been hit before. They keep clear of town. Bandits don't go for kids much, neither. They only hit you if you're packing ore to town. I gotta get back to picking, okay?
Sure. Well, you have fun with that, Shelley. And let us see what else we can find here in the wilderness. This is a pretty sizable map, as you probably saw. There's definitely going to be some interesting stuff around here off the beaten path. This just tells us that Baragost is back the way we came. Uh-oh. An Ogrelon. Boom. They're going down fairly quickly. Ooh. Taking quite a bit of damage, though. Look at that. Took 8 points of damage. Wild. We must be drawing most of the aggro. What's this? Ooh, a scroll. Oh, there's a body down there. So these Ogrelons just like must have just gotten hold of somebody here on the road. Well, what does this letter say? Let's see. That's an Isle gem, short for Iolite or Cordierite. Violet stone. It's actually usually blue. Let's see. Uh-oh. My dearest Marion, the road has been difficult, but I have arrived safely here in Alm. I think it would be wisest if I returned by sea, however, perhaps sometime after the first snows have fallen. I trust this letter reaches you. The halfling I hired it to carry struck me as an honest enough chap. Always and forever, Ro. Okay, so you may remember Lady Mirian up in Baragost. She wanted word of her husband, Ro, and she wanted to find out if anyone had heard from him, because he had not written in quite some time. So now we have word. Sounds like he's alive. The messenger didn't make it, unfortunately. But Ro seems to be fine. A cliff face. I'm just going to kind of go around the edges here and then crisscross back up. Just walking around here, it like combat time passes very quickly, but in terms of real time, it doesn't go like abominably fast, thankfully. So that means that we can, once we have reached a map like this one, explore it pretty much at our leisure without having Khalid and Jaheira get upset that
serve the flaming fist.
Uh-oh. Without having them get upset that we're taking too long. So this is a group of mercenaries, the Flaming Fists, And you'll hear that a lot. That's a very, that's a well-known Baldur's Gate sound effect. I serve the flaming fist. Excuse me. You there. You're under arrest for banditry and highway robbery. We know you're part of that bandit group who's been terrorizing the coastway. Give yourselves up or there'll be trouble. Okay, well, we're not part of a bandit gang, though. Really now? Why should we believe you? Because of my warm smile and honest demeanor. Okay, let's see. We can bribe them, but we don't need to do that. We can talk them out of this. If we were bandits, why were we walking out in the open? Come on, just let us go. We're not the people you're looking for. Or, look, we really don't want any trouble. Like you, we're hunting down bandits in the region. So, and yeah, they do say this to all the travelers. Every adventurer they meet. You must be bandits. But yeah, we're hunting down bandits, aren't we? Like, we've discovered these bandits are bad dudes. We talked about that before. They're not just, like, folks who've fallen on hard times. They are hardened criminals who enjoy killing people for money. So, let's let them know, like, we're after the bandits also. So, you're hunting the bandits. Well, who hired you to take on the bandits? Or are you doing it out of the goodness of your heart? Ooh, we don't want to say we're working for the Black Talon mercenaries. We've heard of them. They're nasty. A noble hired us to avenge the death of his brother. We're working for Arm. No, these are all lies. No one hired us, right? We're adventurers just trying to help out the people of the Sword Coast. That's what we do. Like, you know, we may be a little tipsy, but we are a priest of Tyr. All right. Maybe I was wrong about the bunch of you. You're free to go. Oh, thank goodness. There we go. Nashkel to the south. Indeed it is. Of course you can fight those guys, but like, they're pretty decent fighters with pretty decent armor, so we don't want to do that if we don't have to. And also, oh, look at this. A submerged house. You have no idea how long it's been deserted. Yeah, very kind of them, Blunt. So nice of them to believe our story. Good for us and them. It's true. But yeah, we don't want to fight them at this level. We don't want to fight them at all if we don't have to, really. Let's see what else we can find. What other kind of good trouble can we get into? Oh, a lovely floral meadow. Let's see. Aha, gibberlings. We knew there'd be some of those, right? Shelley told us there would be. She's been chased by them before. Actually, here.
You have need of me?
You fight that one. There we go. We'll split up our attacks.
How may I be of assistance?
Gibberlings don't carry a lot of loot, but they usually carry like some jewels or something because they steal shiny objects.
It shall be as you wish.
See, there's a ring, a necklace, and some floor cash. Now, I do want to point out, if you decide to play this game yourself, and you should, you know, it is an eternal classic. So definitely you should pick it up and play it yourself. And if you are watching on YouTube, scroll down and in the description below the video, there are links to where you can get this game so that you can play it. But this is one of the things I'm just kind of, like, I'm breezing past this a little bit, but especially if you are a reader, each of the different kinds of jewelry and gemstones and stuff in the game has a little bit of lore that goes with it. Like, see, this just describes what a ring is, this describes what a necklace is, but as you saw with the Isle gem, it actually tells you a little bit about them. And some other items will do that as well, a lot of gems and things, so it's worth reading all of this stuff to kind of see that, you know, either just general information or to get the flavor of the Forgotten Realms and how they treat it, because gemstone magic, for example, is a big deal in the Forgotten Realms canonically. There are whole schools of magic and special spells and feats and things that deal with that. So that means that different kinds of gemstones matter. Ooh, a hobgoblin. We know those are bad dudes. Hobgoblins are much tougher and smarter than regular goblins, but worst of all, they're more organized, and they tend to be skilled warriors.
Yes, if none are better.
Orca lead. Ooh, that one had a
Sunny
spell
or not,
scroll.
it is nice to enjoy the out of doors.
It is indeed nice to enjoy the out of
What is it
doors.
this time?
So let's see. Let's actually have Imoen carry the spell scrolls. Because they do not weigh very much. So she can't really carry a lot of useful stuff, but she can carry that just to make room in someone else's inventory, see? Here we go. See, this is another great example of what I was just talking about. Star diopside, the most prized form of a hard, durable gemstone that is rarely found in attractive colors. It is usually too dark for beauty. However, mountain and streambed pebble crystals of a pale green hue make attractive stones such as diopside. When a gem is found that is darker green, it can be cut in such a fashion so as to produce 4 or 6 rayed stars. Just a little lore for you. So there's a lot of interesting stuff like that, kind of hidden behind just like right-clicking on everything, so do recommend that you try that. There's a lot in this game to keep you busy and to get you immersed. Ah, hello, squirrels.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Shakira drew all of the aggro for some reason. And then Khalid got it because he attacked first and dealt damage.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
We're not getting a lot of experience from these, but any experience is a good thing. Floor cash. Floor cash. And a necklace. Some gems and things will stack, like you might have seen how the Star Diopside or the Isle gem had a little 1 on the icon. So that's if you find more than one of the same type, they only take up 1 slot in your inventory. But things like necklaces and rings don't stack, so they're worth a lot, and they don't, like, weigh very much. But they can fill up your backpack very quickly if you're not careful. If you don't find someplace to, to sell them. Okay. There we go. So, we have gone around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. So now let's cut straight through the middle. See what's at the center of this map. At the heart of it all. More squirrels. You'll just see random wildlife. And like, yeah, you can attack them and stuff. Sometimes you can even talk to them. If you have like a druid or a ranger and the right spells, but they don't usually have much to say. Oop, hobgoblins. Ooh, with bows and arrows. Oh no. Don't like that. One down. I'm gonna have to heal Khalid. But we can do that. We have plenty of magic.
Awaits.
We're probably going to have to camp sometime soon, so we might as well go ahead and heal everybody.
You have but to ask.
Now, let's
Yes,
see.
O omnipresent authority figure, as you direct.
Go. That one had a lot of good stuff. Because, of course, these arrows can go to Imoen.
What is it this time?
Let's see. Here we go. Hey, look at that. Replenished her stack, because she was getting pretty low. What did we find? A Bloodstone gem and a Water Star gem. 2 short bows, 2 bastard swords, 2 helmets, 2 sets of leather armor. Very nice.
It shall be as you wish.
As far as I know, the submerged house doesn't do anything, by the way. It's just like an interesting landscape feature or landmark. And sometimes that's what you find. Sometimes you don't find monsters or hidden treasure. Sometimes you just find interesting things. Which is also good.
Yeah, mate.
Uh-oh. Bub snicked. Keep low and quiet. Can you smell it? Ogres on the breeze. 2, maybe more. Let's see. You seem to know the area pretty well. Do you have any clue about the Iron Crisis? We could use another talented hunter in the party. He doesn't have a portrait, so he's not interested. You seem pretty good at what you do. You could say that. Ain't pretty, though. And what is it that he does? Presumably it's hunt ogres. Ooh, a hobgoblin. Well, we did not find an ogre, but... Now, most of the resources that we have at the moment are, you know, pretty much melee fighting. So, that's why we're just kind of rushing everything and killing it. We don't have a lot of attack spells and things, but we'll get there.
My blade will cut you down to size.
You may be getting to the point with all of the armor and things like that that we may have to start making some decisions about what we're going to carry with us. Alright, there we go. Now let's see. He's got inventory space, so we'll have Jen go around and pick some of the stuff up first. Ooh, look at that. Magic boots. Zhurlong's boots, remember that. Necklace, helmet, sword, armor, a ring. By and large, things like rings
You're a queer
are
fellow.
going to be worth more than a lot of weapons and armor. Okay, let's see here.
How may I be? It shall be as you wish.
You've a task as you direct.
There we go. Okay, now that they're standing on the different piles, we can just swap between them. Okay, let's do that. And actually, it might be good if, in addition to things like the spell scrolls, if Imawin is the one who carries a lot of the, like, necklaces and things. There we go. Trade her that. Because, again, she doesn't have a lot of carrying capacity, but these don't weigh much. Okay, Jaheira has some room left. Khalid has plenty of room, but he doesn't have a lot of carrying capacity. And same for us. Let's take a look at these boots, though. Normally, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, so... Okay, she can't identify them. Not yet. What can we take with us? Helmets, not really worth a whole lot, actually. In fact, we can probably drop some of these helmets to get back a little bit of carrying capacity. Let's take this leather armor and this sword. We'll leave the helmets because they just do not sell for very much. We want this studded leather, though. I knew we'd find some for free after we paid for some, but, I mean, that's always going to happen. Okay, there we go. We managed to get it all. Everything that's
What
worth
is it this
taking.
time? You have but to ask.
Let's finish up exploring the center part right here. We're gonna kind of circle around and grab all this stuff as quickly as possible because we have a long way to go to Nashkel. It's a long way to Nashkel. Would you like a ride, son? Okay.
Nature's servant awaits.
Let's go ahead and heal.
Yes?
Now you'll notice Snicked there smelled some ogres, but we didn't find any. But look here. There's a cave with blood spatters out front.
I shall attend to it in a trice. It shall be as you wish.
What's in here? A bunch of rats.
What you want? I've done had enough of this.
Find any traps? No? Okay. Looks like it's open. Alright.
How may I be of assistance? You have but to ask.
Ooh, look at this. Some gold and 5 healing potions.
What is it this time?
We love that.
I shall attend to it.
So that was just the Hobgoblin's like stash. Okay, let's see. Who needs healing potions? Well, actually, we do. We had to use ours. Jaheira doesn't have one, but she can't carry any more. And Imoen has some. Okay, so we'll hang on to those for now. Alright. That's it. That's the whole map. Now, of course, we can leave from any edge, so we might as well just go straight south. Because we're kind of on a time limit, I don't want to go back to Baragost yet. Like, I'm torn. I think this is the last map between here and Nashkel, I think. If we go back to Baragost, though, we could turn in that quest, and we probably need to do that because we need to sell all that stuff. It's only 4 hours. Let's do that. All right, let's see. Here's Mirian's house.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Let's go to the smithy and sell a bunch of these weapons and armor first because they are the heaviest items. And we'll have to find somewhere to sell like the
You have but to ask.
the gems and such.
I can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit more than me competition.
Okay. See, and even some of these things like the leather armor doesn't sell for a lot. It's only selling for 1. The swords are selling for a lot more. Oh, good. He'll buy that star diopside. Good, 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 good. And okay, so he'll buy gems, but not jewelry. That's all right. We'll find somewhere to sell it. And look at this. We got over 2,300 gold pieces. Love that. Now, Zhurlong's boots. Here we go. We have a quest for that. Remember? That's that thief who is pickpocketing us. Which inn was he at? The Burning Wizard. Okay. Let's head over that way then. Burning Wizard is...
You
yes,
have but
here
to
we go.
ask.
And actually, the innkeeper here at the Burning Wizard might buy our jewelry from us? Maybe? Now, before we do this, just in case, let's see. Do we have... we don't have a scroll of identify. Dang it. What is everybody's lore? 2, 13, 4, 15. Okay, so she actually isn't as high as Jin's. I thought she had the highest one, so if he can't identify this... was gonna say, clerics can't wear this, but I can't remember what they do. Let's see, I'm gonna give this a save. Let's see what we get from returning them.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
There he is.
I wish I had my old tobacco pipe.
Look at this. You're a godsend. Here's all that gold I took from you. I may be a kleptomaniac, but at least I'm an honorable one, right? And here's 100 gold pieces for your help, too. Consider it a down payment on your pocket. So there we go. So it's worth 300 experience points. And we lost the boots, but we did get back 125 gold. So that's what he took from us, plus extra. So that's what we're going to get from completing that quest. And he says down here, well, Zhurlong is making progress in our ongoing joint therapy sessions. He's confessed his kleptomaniac tendencies and has even gone so far as to return the gold he's stolen from me thus far. Most surprising, however, has been his offer of 100 GP above and beyond what is actually due. Sadly, he referred to it as a down payment on my pocket. Nevertheless, with time, I still hold out hope that he might be cured.
You want some whiskey?
No. Okay, he's not gonna buy that stuff. Dang. Man, we need somewhere to identify those boots. That did level Khalid up. Okay, well, this should probably level him up also. Let's go talk to Miriam. We'll turn in that quest real quick. And let's see, where else? The Red Sheaf, maybe? We'll try the other places to see if one of them will buy our jewelry.
It shall be as you wish.
Salutations.
Okay, there we go. She reads the letter out loud. Oh, thank you for such good tidings. Please let me give you this ring to keep you safe in your travels. There we go. So we lost the scroll, we gained a ring, we got the same 300 experience points, so Khalid's still leveled up. Let's see what our journal says. I have completed the task that a nameless halfling messenger, now dead and mourned, started deep in the heart of Am. Miriam has received her husband's letter by my hand, and I'm glad to hear that it bears good tidings of his safety. I am humbled by her offer of a simple ring to keep me safe. Be it magic or superstition, I know not, but I will wear it, at least to remember her by. So here we go. So it is magical. It does have some properties. We just don't know what. But you can tell, like, the icon is the same. So it's probably a ring of protection +1. Let's see. His AC is 4, her AC is 7, and 7. Probably Jaheira could use this. Yep, see. Even though it's unidentified, we can still see it changing our stats. So we'll get it identified later. Let's level him up. Okay, Thaco reduced by 1, 13 hit points, lore increased by 1, excellent, good. So his hit points just doubled, which is great because we need all the hit points we can get. Faux show.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Let's see. Let's try the Red Sheaf and see if they'll buy our stuff. Come on, folks, hurry it up.
It It shall be as you wish.
You want some whiskey?
What do you have? Nothing? Okay. Okay, they wouldn't buy it. The jovial juggler's not likely to buy it. If none of them are going to buy it, what are we supposed to do? Let's try Feldapost's Inn because they actually have some magic items. So they may buy these rings. If not, it's a great place to rest, so we'll get our spells back, we'll recover Jaheira's last missing hit point there, and then we'll head back down to Nashkel.
It shall be as you wish.
You want some whiskey?
I do not. Here we go. They actually have a shop screen, and they will buy our jewelry. Excellent. Good. Love that. See, look at that. There's not a lot of weight to it or anything, but 110 gold? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, if only they would identify things, but unfortunately, only temples do that. Is there anything maybe that we want to blow some cash on? Because we do have quite a bit. They have a bunch of +1 stuff. But nothing I don't think that we want to spend literally all of our money on. I would like to have this necklace, but not at that price. Oh, wait.
I shall attend to it in
Almost
a trice.
forgot.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
You want some whiskey?
Actually, we do. First of all, let's try the dark wine. And then let's grab some shut-eye. Who is this guy? Did we talk to him before? Oh, okay, that's the guy who just sings the song, the drinking song.
It shall be as you
A
wish.
courtesan. They come out at night.
Fine-looking strumpet, ain't I?
Anything worth doing is worth doing slowly. Get it, girl. Love it. Alright. Let's head straight back down this way.
It shall be as you wish.
And once again, we have a new place to explore. This one has a little more geography to it. Ooh, look there, a campfire. We'll probably find something or someone near the campfire, wouldn't you say? We'll see. I think I might actually remember some of this map.
My blade will cut you down to size.
I think that I remember something cool that's on this map, but we'll see when we get there. This might be the one with the, this might be the one with the love-struck sculptor.
Not in this.
If so, you'll see what I'm talking about when we meet him.
Nature's servant awaits, as good as done.
Alright, let's see here. Okay, studded leather actually sells for something, so we'll carry that for now at least. Give that to her. We'll go ahead and start splitting this up. We'll take the swords to... Well, let me give that to him. She can pick up this other one, because they actually sell for something, but I think we're probably best off to start leaving things like helmets and regular non-studded leather armor, because they sell for so little. So if they're just going to sell for like 1 GP, then they're not worth the weight and space that it takes up on our characters. Yeah. Yeah, Crow. She says that every time, because that's her battle line, you know. My blade will cut you down to size, and then immediately starts shooting.
Cut you down to size.
Very funny. Yes, we know. Spare no one. We get it. I would love to find some magic weapons. Okay. Let's see, that is regular leather, so we'll take the sword and the gems, and we'll leave the armor. Took a little bit of a hit there. It's okay. We don't have too much to go to level up, I don't think. 449, that's not bad. Of course, we just have to remember, you know, if you get something like, say, 300, that's going to be split between 4 characters. So when you see 300 experience, or like in this case 35 experience pop up down here, the character did not actually get 35.
I might catch something.
Oh, it's Lord Foreshadow. Well, don't you just add to the local colour. Quite the smashing bit of dress you wear there. I'll have to look into such sundries when I next attend one of Lord Ribold's full-dress costume affairs. I'd be the talk of Neverwinter, I would. Or Ribold. It's very funny that Lord Foreshadow is friends with Lord Ribold, who throws big parties. Am I to understand you're from that faraway city? Ah. I've heard of such a city, but have my doubts as to whether it even exists. Of course it exists. It's a real place. I am unconcerned with such things. Well, we know what's going on at the south. Tell us about Neverwinter. Oh, I actually hail from Waterdeep. The great city of splendors has much more in the manner of social luxuries suited towards my particular tastes. I do, however, make a point of keeping in touch with Neverwinter, though I have only visited once previously. It was quite popular in those nights, if I recall correctly. I'm going to make a second trip in the coming year, and I'll wager it would be just as popular again. Okay. Thanks, I guess, Lord Foreshadow. I love that. Ooh, a river. Can't cross it, not here. I have to find some way around. Let's go this way. I'm not sure if that path loops back around or if you have to, if you can only come at it from that side of the hill. I think it connects. Yeah, it connects. Okay, good. This is going to take us to where we found that campfire, perhaps. Do we need a healing spell yet? We're probably fine. Yes, ooh, look there. It's not looking good. See flies around those people. That looks like a whole family. Uh-oh. Ooh, there's a bunch of them. Some of them have bows. I hate that.
Alas, my life's blood seeps out.
Okay, let's retreat and figure out what we're doing a little better here. Make them chase us a bit.
What is it this time?
And let's do a self-heal. This is a nasty fight.
My blade will cut you down to size. You're a queer fellow. This way.
Let's switch back.
How may I be of assistance?
It's a bunch of them.
I feel so cold.
It's fine, Emmeline. You're fine. It's so fine.
What you
Okay,
want?
maybe
I'm
it's
gone.
not fine.
What is it this
We just need to keep her out of the fight. Come on. Oh my gosh, hit him. You have to hit him. There, okay, they are hitting him. Just... Go.
Yes?
Okay, we're gonna have to heal us again, I think.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
I don't know if that worked.
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
Okay, wait.
How may I be of... I shall attend to it in
Let's get up here
My blade will cut you down to
and
size.
re-maneuver back into a new position first before we start healing folks. They've got bows, so of course they're like running away. They're not standing there, which makes sense. That's perfectly fine with me. Phew, okay. That was a real fight. Let's turn party AI off.
You've a task?
Now you'll notice there, like, because party AI was on, she started healing people, you know, who had low health. And she started with Khalid, which she will always do because that's her
It shall be
husband.
as you wish.
Makes sense. Okay, let's see what they've got for sale here. For sale, listen at me. What they've got that we can sell. That we can take. Ooh. Cole Kettle's family amulet. Necklace. Probably gonna have to leave a bunch of this stuff that isn't pure cash just because so much of it's gonna be heavy. But that's fine. Okay, let's see. Arrows go to Imoen. And actually, let's give her this stuff as well. Oops. Oh, that's two different spells. That's armor and that's shield. There we go. A broken weapon. Broken weapon? Did they break his sword somehow? Oh my god, they did, because he doesn't have a weapon equipped. Wow, he broke his sword. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, well, what weapons can he use? Okay, he is proficient with long swords, axes, and long bows. Oh boy. I think, yeah, they all use bastard swords. Pretty much. Well, great. Love that. Okay, so he's going to have to use a weapon he's not proficient with until we can find a longsword. That's rough. That does happen, though. Let's rest. Ooh, the harsh voices of hobgoblins can be heard nearby. Come on, let us sleep.
Yep, this way.
Let us sleep. Maybe one of them will drop a longsword. But probably not. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. They killed Jin. There we go.
It shall be as you wish.
Resting does very little, as you can see. What is that? Oh, that's the broken weapon. See, we rested for 8 hours, but look how little health we recovered.
Nature's servant awaits.
Mostly that gave us our spells back.
How may I be of assistance?
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
Go. Alright, that's what those spells are for. That's why y'all wanted to play a cleric, right? we go. Okay, so we are out of healing spells until we rest again, but we have recovered a lot of health, so let's go back up here. There's the road we came in on. What's our map looking like? Okay, we've uncovered a pretty good chunk of this. That's good. We're moving at a fairly decent clip. And some of this you can see we may not be able to explore completely because of the shape of the geography. We just can't get over there, and that's fine. Because if you can't get there, all that means is that there's nothing there. Like, if you can't reach it, then obviously. It's possible that in parts of the map that you're not supposed to be able to get to under normal circumstances, there may be Easter eggs, because you could theoretically teleport there at higher levels, or, you know, if you used, like, say, a debug code. Because there is a debug menu that you can use to cheat with in this game, where you can enter codes that will, like, automatically level you up, restore you to full health, spawn specific items in your inventory, and so forth. You might be able to use that to reposition your character, because you can set your coordinates.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
M1's gonna get some of them before they get here. Go. Come on, let's let them come to us. Come on.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
But yeah, there may be some like hidden Easter eggs and things using those console commands. It's possible. Stuff that the devs hid that you're not really supposed to see, but like obviously they would know where it's at. Uh-oh. Oh no. A ghoul. That's not good. That's very bad. Ghouls are nasty because they can paralyze you, but we're a cleric, so we have turn undead.
What is it this time?
Oh, see, Khalid got paralyzed. Oh, man.
Yes? How may I be of assistance?
Ooh, barely injured. That's not good. Come on. Oh, crud.
Blasted Khalid! You die, and I swear you'll never hear the end of it.
You have but to ask.
Dang it. Okay, we'll go get the gibberlings again. And then we'll have to be careful there. Turn undead didn't work. I think the auto attack canceled it. I think he started attacking again. Oh, those are kobolds now instead of gibberlings. It actually it reseeded them and changed them into different monsters. Wow. That does happen sometimes.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Maybe that means that the ghoul will be something different as well, though. I'm not sure if it's a static spawn. Yeah, it's hobgoblins. Okay. The ghoul changed to 2 hobgoblins. So you can kind of see there's like a hidden table, an encounter table in the background, and some of the random encounters are truly random, like they're going to be procedurally generated by those tables that are hidden in the back end of the game. So 2 fully armed hobgoblins are the same challenge rating as 1 ghoul, the game thinks. Yes, indeed. Thank you, RNG. Because honestly, that's kind of bullshit. A ghoul is way tougher. Is that... it's a bastard sword again. Okay. Because they can paralyze you. You saw, like, that paralysis took Khalid completely out. They got him. So, Is there a kobold left over here? Okay, no. Go ahead and just keep her capped off. What is that? A sunstone gem. These are bastard swords we picked up. Yeah, I mean, hobgoblins are good at killing you, but they can't paralyze you. Not by just hitting you. I don't know why the water is flashing like that. Do y'all see that? It's like the texture is flashing on and off when it's unpaused. Huh. It's going back and forth between like grayscale and blue, like I'm hitting the pause button, but just for the water. That's weird. That's very strange. And unpleasant to look at as well.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
There was one more kobold. He just went the other way. Go. Those little short bows don't really sell for a lot either, so I'm leaving them. Longbows sell for more. Composite longbows even more than that. But short bows, probably not worth carrying around. Let's go this way. We'll kind of spiral around back to the center. And this map is almost done. Sometimes the random encounters can be a little aggravating. Oh, bandits. Good, they'll drop scalps.
Let's give them a right
And those are worth, I think, 25 gold apiece. We sold one of those, so we'll find out. Is that a longsword? Ah, yes, good. I'm actually glad we ran into those. I'm going to save that. And the scalps stack as well. So, there we go. A longsword for Khalid. Excellent. Much better. More arrows. And she can't even take all of them because her inventory is full. Here. Trade for a scroll of chill touch. And then we'll hang on to the arrows. No problem. Eventually we'll get a longbow for Khalid, and he can have that as a backup weapon in case he needs a ranged attack, which occasionally is going to be the case, but like not too often. But since he's proficient anyway, we might as well take advantage of it. But that long sword, that's going to make a lot of difference because with that bastard sword, he's just not going to have the accuracy because he's not proficient. It's a nasty difference. And I think that that's it for this map. But I was saying that random encounters in this game, or in any Dungeons & Dragons game, can be just like random encounters in any game, where they can be annoying in that they slow you down and slow your progress through the game. But they, I think, are interesting enough in this game at least, and worthwhile enough. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Caterpillar. Thank you for the follow. But, you know, like, they drop good enough stuff that it's usually worth it. Now, this guy, Portal Bender Winden. Portal Bender Winden. Portal Bender Winden.
Oh, my lung! It's flopping all over the dirt! Damn.
I forgot about this guy. My lung, it's flopping out all over the dirt. Damn. Ooh. Get out of my yard, you hooligans. Kinda hard to be a hermit when people keep pestering for hints about the nature of existence. Read a book, people. Portal Bender Winden does so command. Okay. Your yard? It's So what, do we want to speak with him? Has your isolation given you any insights? Shall we call him an old fool? Shall we apologize? No doubt you are so isolated because you wish to remain so. Let's see. Does he have any wisdom?
Insights. Never take raisins from rabbits. Never spit in a man's face unless his mustache is on fire, and don't take any wooden knickers unless you've a good supply of salve.
Okay, and this is very good. This leads to one of the best responses in the entire game. We can say, I see, thanks for your time, but I'll be going now, quickly. We can say, that was all you have to offer? Quite the letdown after the length of time it took to find you. Or we can say, okay, I've just about had my fill of riddle-asking, quest-assigning, insult-throwing, pun-hurling, hostage-taking, iron-mongering, smart-arsed fools, freaks, and felons that continually test my will, metal, strength, intelligence, and most of all, patience. If you've got a straight answer anywhere in that bent little head of yours, I want to hear it pretty damn quick, or I'm going to take a large blunt object roughly the size of Elminster and his hat and stuff it lengthwise into a crevice of your being so seldom seen that even the denizens of the nine hells themselves wouldn't touch it with a 20-foot rusty halberd. Have I made myself perfectly clear? I feel like it's a disservice to the game and the developers to not choose this dialogue option.
Well, someone certainly woke up on the wrong side of the realms this morning. So be it. I shall say my piece and nothing more. You have an exceptionally unstable aura, because you are literally at odds with yourself. I've not seen your like before, but I get the feeling that is because your type does not survive exceptionally long. Your battles to come are both physical and otherworldly, but I cannot discern the outcome. Your coin is on its edge. If that means nothing to you, then I cannot help. Leave me now.
And then he fucks off. And actually, I'm not 100% certain.
You have but to ask.
I don't remember, like, what else he says.
Oh, my lung! It's flopping all over the dirt!
Like, there we go. We'll tell him, you know, he, obviously he wishes to remain undisturbed. That's why he's out here in the middle of nowhere. He goes,
Oh, yes, that and my disturbing personal habits. As well, people don't mind advice when they're looking for it, but having someone around continually spouting proverbs and truisms really puts a damper on the picnic. It's worse than when the ants steal the cheese, if you know what I mean. Wow, you're really hard to look at.
If I wished comments about my appearance, I would have asked for them. Here we go. No, your insults are misplaced. I only wish to speak. You could have simply said no. I will leave you. And here we go.
Wait, I'm sorry, but you have misconstrued my meaning. A bit blunt I am at times, but I shall speak plain if you wish. I mean that your aura is hard to look at. It is exceptionally volatile. You are at odds with yourself in a most literal fashion. I've not seen another such as you, though I get the feeling that your type does not live exceptionally long. I would predict a violent end for you, but I can see nothing of your future. You seem that your coin is on its edge. Enough chatter. I've wasted too much of your time and mine. Leave me.
There we go. So really, no matter what you say to him, he gives you the same information. He's just more or less polite about it, and you're more or less polite about it. It's just a question of how nice you are. I think if you're nice to him, he doesn't wander off. That's also a difference, because of course he's still standing there. So that means that you might be able to come back and talk to him again. Okay, well, that's that. Let's head south again. And here we go. It's an 8-hour trip, but we've finally made it to Nashkel.
With your hurried flight from Candlekeep barely behind you, the troubles facing the Sword Coast seem an unfamiliar blur to your fractured nerves. Gorion would not have you sit idle, however, and perhaps investigating local concerns will shed some light on your own predicament. How the iron shortage or the trouble in the Nashkel mines could possibly be linked to you have no idea.
I wasn't really even thinking that it might be linked to me until you suggested it, narrator. Okay. Speak to the mayor of Nashkel. If we're going to look into the Iron Crisis, we should talk with someone who's going to have information. So here we go. We're in a new chapter.
Stand away, citizen!
Bartolin says, "Identify yourselves." I am Eryk, and this is my band of fellow adventurers. I hear that this is a troubled region of late. Allow me to put ourselves at your disposal during our stay here.
If you're seeking to resolve troubles, welcome. If you're seeking to cause them, kindly take it elsewhere. Things are not good here, Eryk.
Well, they're not going to have any trouble from us, but let's see what he has to say. Like, what things specifically aren't good? Because, yeah, all we've heard are rumors and vague suspicions.
What is good around here anymore? Our iron is rotten and there's talk of demons in the mines. The lower levels have been all but abandoned until this crisis passes.
I'm sorry, I cannot talk today, and apparently can't read either.
And then there's the question of Commander Brage. Or Bragi. Braj. Burgu. Anyway, they've stripped him of that title, but I use it yet. He killed his wife and children in a rage one night, and all who saw him. Then he tore himself away and headed for the hills. He's out there still, and still we mourn, as much for him as for those he's taken. Fie on you now, you've brought tears to the eyes of a soldier.
Okay, well, so yeah.
I will show you justice.
A lot going on here, apparently. Who's this Rasad guy? We'll show you justice. We know all about justice. We're a priest of justice.
See? Such feats are easy when you learn to focus their energies through the light of Selune.
I bet you can't do that while juggling an axe, a soup bowl, and a hedgehog. Are you some sort of circus performer? Well, the carnival is in town, but let's start out let's not make any assumptions. What are you doing?
Thank you for asking. My name is Rasad. I am merely demonstrating some of the ways in which we Sun Soul monks reflect our spiritual light through physical activity.
A Sun Soul monk, you say?
May I tell you more about the Order of the Sun Soul?
Look, if you're just asking for money, here's a gold. Don't spend it all in one place. No, sure, go ahead. Tell us about the Order of the Sun Soul.
The Order of the Sun Soul was founded during the time of...
Hey, what are you supposed to be then? Some sort of kick puncher? Come on, take a poke at me, I dares you.
Some sort of kick puncher.
I have come not to fight, but to demonstrate a few...
Oh, so that's how it is, eh? You prance about, pretending to be some sort of hard man, but you're just a coward, right?
Oh boy.
I am not afraid to defend myself, but I do not seek out conflict without purpose. Instead, I wish to share the light of the Moon Maiden.
Oh, I get it. You're some kind of simpering priest, just pretending you knows how to fight, but really just begging for coins, yeah?
This audience is a hard sell.
A Sun Soul monk uses mind, body, and spirit in equal portions, but not to prove his martial superiority. Rather, he seeks to better the lives of those around him.
Yeah, save it for temple school, boy. If you're not gonna fight nobody, I won't waste any more time on you.
Oh boy. I guess enlightenment doesn't bring in as many coins as a good fist fight, eh, Rasad? Or Are you gonna take that from him, Baldy, or are you all talk? Now let's see. This is probably more what Jin would say, right? We admire a man who stands up for his principles even in the face of ignorance. That's what we do.
I thank you. It is not always easy. In truth, I enjoy a good fight if it is to improve my skills or to defend a just cause. Fighting that man would have enlightened no one.
Might have enlightened him.
You seem like someone who would appreciate the tenets of my order. May I tell you more about Selûne and the Sun Soul monks?
Sure. Tell me why you worship Selûne.
Of the inheritors of Amonito's power, Selûne is the most ardent foe of spiritual darkness. After all, she is the bright opposite of Shah, the mistress of the night.
So they're dumping a lot of lore here all at once. So Amonitor was the god of the sun and also the god of like order and stuff a really long time ago, and he was the patron deity, or one of the patron deities, of an empire of wizards called Netheril. But he has faded from existence, and other gods have picked up bits and pieces of his power. And nobody really knows exactly what happens to him, or happened to him. Some people think that he died when Netheril fell, which is quite literal, that phrase. And other people think that he actually is Lathander, the current god of the sun, that he was reincarnated as Lathander, or you know, kind of took on a new form. Old gods do new jobs sort of thing, as Sir Terry Pratchett said. And still other people think that Lathander is just, like, what's left of him. Like, you know, part of his power, the portfolio of the sun, fell onto some nameless god and became Lathander, you know, some lesser god, or took on a mind of its own or something. Selûne is the goddess of the moon, and Shar, of course, is the goddess of darkness.
The Moon Maiden's reflected radiance inspires us to shine our inner light upon those in need. In the face of lies, we offer truth. In the face of hatred, we offer compassion.
Well, that sounds like a good philosophy. We kind of do the same, right?
What more would you like to know?
Tell us about the Order of the Sun Soul.
The Order of the Sun Soul was founded in the days of ancient Netheril.
Well, there you go.
Then it was called the Brotherhood of the Sun, and its members dedicated themselves to the sun god, Amonitor. With the fall of Netheril, Amonitor vanished.
See?
Some believe his power now resides in other gods.
Oh, okay, well, he said it.
Different factions of my order turn to them. Most to Lathander, some to Selûne, and a very few to Sunu.
And Sune is the goddess of love. So.
My sect of the order reveres Selûne, the Moon Maiden. What more would you like to know?
As usual, I explained a bunch of stuff and then the game told you. Well, now, we don't want him to join us, so we're just going to leave.
Farewell. Until we meet again, may you walk in moonlight.
Hello.
Oh, you haven't seen a man about this tall and this wide, have you? That lout?
No, we haven't. Let's see. This is the Nashkel Inn. Let's go ahead and we'll go straight in here. And let's get some rest.
Unladylike, but I'm gonna slit your throat, I am.
Oh boy. She's gonna slit our throats, is she?
Just fancy my luck seeing you stroll in here, bold as day. I expected a hunt and a chase from the description, but who am I to argue easy coins in the purse? May the Lord of Shadows guide you swiftly to your death.
Maybe we can bribe them? Is there no compassion in your heart? I would first know my attacker. Why are you doing this? Or I will defend myself. So if you wish to die, attack as you will. That's pretty dramatic. But yeah, we don't know why people are attacking us still, right? Like, what's the deal? Let's see if we can find out.
Who I am is unimportant, though my name is Nera. What I am is a hunter of bounties, and on your head is a lovely little sum. Does it satisfy your request? I thought it wouldn't. No matter.
Oh, she's got magic. Uh-oh. Well, that's alright. We've got magic too. Let's cast Armor of Faith. And That'll make it a little harder to hurt us. Oh, just trying to paralyze people. She's got a lot of those spells. Spiritual hammer. She's a cleric. Do we have any other spells that might help? We're not really hurting each other. Go. Come on, leave Khalid alone. There we go. Now we're hitting her. Oh my gosh. With that hold, like, she just keeps hitting him. Come on, come on, come on. He's got 1 hit point. Leave him alone. Oh boy. Okay.
It shall be as you wish.
Oh my gosh, did I not save after that conversation? Damn it.
Such. Thank you for asking. May I tell you more about the order?
Sure.
I have come. I am not. I think.
Yeah.
You seem like someone who would. Of the inheritors, the Moon Maidens. What more would you like to know? The order with the might. What more would you like?
There
to
we
know?
go.
Farewell.
Go away
Until
now.
we meet again. May you walk in moonlight.
Oh, you haven't seen a man about him. This tall and
All right,
this
let's
wide,
try
have
this
you?
again.
That lout.
Okay, we know she's coming, so...
How may I be of assistance? It shall be as you wish.
It may be a touch unladylike,
Nature
but
sucks
I'm gonna
good
slit
as
your
done.
throat, I am. Huh, you're a queer fellow. This way.
Let's go over here.
What is it this time?
Okay. Now, Armor of Faith.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Armor of Faith.
What you want?
Can I help you?
My blade will cut you down to size.
Yes.
Now, come on. She is badly injured. Come on, we can take her. You can see from the like spells and stuff that they're using to attack us that these characters, the bounty hunters, are like way more powerful than we are. They are higher level than us.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
There we go. But we've got aggro this time. She's not just standing there killing Khalid. And we've blessed Imoen, so near death. I think we're going to get her this time. We just got unlucky with the positioning and the hold spells because for some reason she just... all the aggro went to Khalid. Oh my gosh, guys, hit her. She is taking damage. There we go. The hold spell wore off. She's gone now. That's it. Goodbye. There we go.
I shall attend to it in a truck.
And we've got a letter, a random club, a medium shield, and some splint mail. Hey, free splint mail. Now that actually will be worth some money. This helmet is magical, but we don't know what powers it has. We will find out. Let's see. You take the splint mail. She can't wear it, but she can carry it. Goodness gracious. Okay, innkeeper.
Never had rats. No sorry.
Never had rats. No, sorry. No, but you've had fucking bounty hunters.
You should do yourself a favor and stay indoors tonight. I've heard all sorts of weird things happening at night.
Yeah, like getting attacked by bounty hunters in the common room. Oh my gosh. I definitely need a drink after that, don't you think? And since we've shed blood, we shall drink blood wine. There. Give us your best room. Whew-wee. That's rough.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Give her the rest of those arrows.
I'm gone.
Go away, commoner. Okay, they can't see us through there. Hey, see, look at that. Lockpick succeeded. 10 experience points. That's not a lot, but it's something. Also, I don't feel bad about robbing this inn because the guy just, like, stood there and let us be attacked by bounty hunters. So, this is ours now. That's justice, right? So you don't get a lot of experience points from doing things like picking locks and disarming traps, at least not low-level ones. But you get something, you know, you don't get nothing for it. That guy's just gonna stand there, isn't he? Yeah. I think... Yeah, there we go. See, you can pick... Weirdly, you can pick a lock without making anyone upset. You just can't always take stuff out of containers.
What is it this time? I shall attend to it in a trice.
Never had rats. No, sorry.
And... there we go. Don't need a whole lot to level up, which is nice.
It shall be as you wish.
Alright, now let's actually explore the town. Well, first, in fact, before we even do that.
For the glory of Arm!
Here we go, Baron Gastkill.
Hello there, I recognize Jaheira in your group, so you must be the adventurers I was expecting. I'm Baron Gastkill, Mayor of Nashkel, and I'm happy to welcome you. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances.
Okay, well, what exactly is the trouble here?
I can't believe you haven't guessed. Have you heard of the iron shortage? Well, Nashkel is in the thick of it. Our mines are all but shut down because the workers continually go missing, and what ore we do get is tainted somehow. I would send in the town guards, but we need them to protect our citizens from the bandits that raid our caravans. We need you to find out what's wrong in the mines southeast of town.
Sure.
Thank you. You will be the toast of the town if you can help.
So there we go. Updated the main quest. So that's our job now, but we've got all kinds of stuff we want to do here in town first.
Oh, you have returned, and so soon.
We've returned, have we?
No, say not another word. I would not think of making you wait but a moment for your just reward. When the council told me that they had procured Grey Wolf to rid the woods of the bandit Tonquin, I knew we could expect swift justice. I would not have predicted success this quickly, but who else could it be striding into town looking as you do? Please accept this meager sum of 200 gold pieces, as well as the heartfelt thanks of all Nashkel.
Yes, I would be Grey Wolf. That's me, all right. None other than Grey Wolf. I'll take that reward because of what I did. I'm Grey Wolf and I deserve it. Thank you. Nah, we're neutral good. And also Priest of Justice, which means our god would probably kill us if we lied to him like that. No, well, you've made a mistake. You are not Grey Wolf the bounty hunter? Oh, sweet Helm, I almost gave 200 gold pieces to a complete stranger? The captain best not hear of this, he'd have my hide. Thanks be for your honesty, stranger. There are those who would not have done as such.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
Yay, our reputation has increased.
Dealing with criminals jades a man so.
So, yes. Ah, my fine and honest friend, what can I do for you today? What do you do here, actually? Me? Why, I'm what binds the guard to the public. A vital relations link I am. Indispensable. A more fanciful load of horse droppings I've never heard in my life. No, of course you are. Huh. If you insist on being confrontational, I have nothing more to say to you. Well, what else do you want us to say?
Criminals jades a man so.
Because it's like, which of these is the nice answer? It's actually this one. See? They're the same thing, so no matter what you say to him, he gets offended. What bounties are unclaimed? That's what we want to know. Our captain of the guard is still on the loose. Keep your blade ready if you get anywhere near him. Very dangerous he is. There's also a bit of foolishness with a local artist named Prism. Stole a couple of emeralds, he did. We seek their return, though Prism's fate is of little concern. That's the sculptor. Alright, well, we'll find out about that. There's the garrison. Aha, and here we go. This is the real reason we came to Nashkel. Screw the story. We're here for Minsc. If you have never played Baldur's Gate, if you don't know anything about Baldur's Gate, you are in for such a treat. Let me do a hard save here.
Stand and deliver, that my hamster might have a better look at you.
Oh, straight in with it. You can't see, although you will see soon enough, because his portrait's small. He does have a hamster.
Let us pass, strangers, for we have not much time to waste. What? Yes, I'll ask them. Boo and I go to rescue my charge, Dinner here. You may aid in our victory if you wish. There is glory enough for all.
Ah, yes, the classic dilemma of the damsel in distress. How could anyone decline? Yes, Flash. It's almost time for butt-kicking, for goodness. He's here. Excuse me, but are you speaking to a rodent?
Boo is my faithful animal companion, and more than he seems.
Right, because rangers and druids have animal companions. And Minsc is a ranger. Because barbarian wasn't a class at the time, so he's a ranger. And so he has an animal companion. And yes, Boo is the best party member. And it's like, oh, how could anyone decline?
Take heart, fellow adventurers, for you have curried the favor of Boo, the only miniature giant space hamster in the realm. My friend and companion ever since my head wound. He will lead us to victory. Onward to the Knoll stronghold in the west. Tarry not, we must go soon.
All right. And he just forces his way right into our party. Now you can get a look. There he is. It's Minsc. And there's Boo. We'll pet Boo. Have a little pet. Oh boy. And he is a ranger. And he starts at level 1. But he's very close to level 2. To help that's, you know, the fact that we've got a bunch of experience points that he doesn't. So, Minsc is... Yeah, no, he is kind of a sad character in a way, I guess. But maybe not for the reasons that you might be suggesting, or that you might think. He's sad because, of course, like, he has a job to do. Denna here is a... I won't elaborate and spoil the whole story because it's going to get explained, but So Minsc and Denahir are from a land called Rashomon, and the witches of Rashomon are its spiritual leaders. And they are in charge, and each of them has a bodyguard, a protector assigned to them. And Minsc is Denahir's. And Denahir was captured, and we have to go save her. And his story does get a little sad later on, but it is not because of Boo. It is not because of Boo, because if you're thinking, oh, he has a head wound, so he talks to this hamster. No. Yeah, look, he's a little unhinged, yes. And if you, like, you can see here, his intelligence is 8, his wisdom is 6, his charisma is 9. We can assume that this is because of his head wound. So yeah, that's maybe a little, you know, like, oh, but he gets around. He does what he needs to do, and Boo helps. And you can see here, he is very strong. He's almost as strong as a human can be without magic. He's tough, and he's pretty quick. He's fairly deft. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good fella. You can see down here, he is in fact neutral good. I was thinking he was chaotic good, actually, but he's a neutral good. Oh, and look, we're popular now because our reputation went up. But yeah, he's a pretty solid fighter. Let's actually look at his stats. So he is proficient in maces, longbows, and two-handed swords. So, and he has 2 weapon style as well, which I kind of hate. He's very weirdly, like, he's very weirdly statted. He's very min-maxed, but also rangers are supposed to have a high wisdom score, and he doesn't, so he's very bad at, like, magic. He's not meant to be a spellcaster. But also look at this. He has 2 ranks in two-handed sword, but he also has 2 ranks in 2 weapon style. Not two-handed weapon style, just 2 weapon style, so that's dual wielding. So he's meant to either use a great sword like the one he's got, or to use 2 maces, I guess, when you first get him. Anyway, he's going to level up, and we're going to change this, so just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He comes with a great sword, two-handed sword. He's got some leather armor, which we will upgrade, and he also has this. One of his quick... I forgot it made that noise. So yeah, Boo permanently takes up one of his quick slots. Boo scuttles away as you try to grab him, and Minsc stops any further attempt to steal the animal with a harsh glare. It's Boo! Boo is a fuzzy little hamster. While Minsc believes that Boo is a miniature giant space hamster, you are rather certain that the tiny rodent is just a normal hamster. It's usable only by Minsc. So, yeah. Here we go. So this is how we have 7 characters in our party, because Boo is certainly a character. Alright, let's see. Where's that splint mail? Here we go. Ta-da! Much, much better than that shitty leather armor, for sure. And let's see, do we have anything else we can give him? Oh, well, we are going to have an extra helmet because we need to get this one identified, but then once we do, someone will be wearing it, so he can have one of our extra helmets. Indeed. Okay, oh, and forgot, we didn't read this letter from Nera. Bounty notice. You know the... Sing it if you know it. Be it known to all those of evil intent that a bounty has been placed upon the head of Eryk, the foster child of Gorion. I want to see Matthew Mercer as Boo. Oh boy. Anyway, last seen in the region of Baragost, this person is to be killed in quick order. The subject is to be considered a formidable foe and is likely to have well-equipped traveling companions. This offer has been extended to all appropriate guilds, and those returning with proof of the deed shall receive no less than 680 coins of gold. As always, any that reveal these plans to the forces of law shall join the target in their fate. So yeah, we're racking up quite a bounty and a reputation. They really want rid of us, don't they? Let's do another hard save down here. Okay, we've agreed to help Minsc rescue his friend. She's held captive at a Knoll stronghold far west of Nashkel. That is true. So, here we go. We have to head this way to get to the stronghold. Now, much like Khalid and Jaheira, there's a time limit on this quest. Minsc really wants to go and rescue Denahir. And if we don't do it within a certain amount of time, he will get upset and he will leave and he will go do it without us. So, we get to explore Nashkel a little bit, and we are going to like explore the shops and things. And let's see where that puts him. Okay, we need to move him this way, and that way, guys, come on, there's plenty for everybody. There we go. So that way, Khalid is in front at the moment. Eventually, Minsc will probably be in front, because I think... No, actually, Khalid is tougher. He does have more hit points. Okay, so Khalid will lead the charge. Minsc and Jaheira will be on our flanks, and Imowen will be in the back for protection. She doesn't need to be up front. Yeah, it really is. It is fun seeing how the bounty letters change. I love watching them update, and I love hanging on to them because of that. Because as you continue on through the game, that is going to persist. A beggar.
Arms for the poor.
The ore shortage closed me shops. Spare copper till I be on me feet.
Yeah, there we go. The beggar I met used to be a merchant until the iron shortage put him out of business. He can't be the only one suffering from this strange phenomenon.
I'm nothing of value. Please let me be.
Anything in here? Aha. A bar. Oh, and look at this. Here's a fun character. If you know anything about the Forgotten Realms, you may have heard of this character, no matter what edition you play, because actually he's published some books for 5th edition as well.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Yes, a tab. Another ale, young miss. I'll be sure to have your funds ready.
This is Volo. Volo is one of the most famous travelers in the realm. He kind of invented professional tourism, and he goes and explores all kinds of places and then writes about them.
Greetings, fellow traveler, for I see by your garb that you do not call this place home. Sit with me a while and enjoy the atmosphere of this fine fair while we recount tales of lands far and far-seeming. I have wandered the width and breadth of Faerun, but yet have I to find such hospitality as that of a simple country festival. It's a shame that the festivities are marred by the events as of recent, though they certainly put up a brave face, do they not? You look confused, so perhaps you know not of the local trouble that continues to vex the most gracious people of Nashkel. If you have just arrived, I could, for the price of an ale and an ear, relate what I know. Shall I tell you of their mining difficulties, or relate the tale of their unfortunate commander of the guard? We do have an interest in the mines. That's what we came here for, so tell us about that first. The word is that all across the expansive Sword Coast, from the Cloud Peaks to Baldur's Gate, an ore shortage is severely crippling local trade. Bandits, purportedly both human and demi-human, raid caravans, whilst ore reaching its destination becomes brittle and useless following smelting, strangely afflicted by an odd iron-weakening plague. As though this were not cause for alarm in itself, production at the mines outside of Nashkel has fallen, with the substantially lower yields being blamed on nervous workers. Mysterious disappearances of several miners have set the whole area on edge, where something must shift the balance to one side or the other. Okay, well, and what about the captain of the guard? Just let me finish my drink, and then we can carry on through the wee hours with our tales. Okay. Look how tiny that text is. They try to cram it all in that window.
Tis surprising what one can learn at a simple country fair,
Hello again, my inquisitive friend. Yes, we didn't leave. We're still here. Tell us about the commander.
I hear the Commander Brage of the Omnian Guard has been missing for some weeks now, following a strange alteration in his behavior. Where once he was a well-thought-of family man, he's turned to senseless mayhem, effecting a rampage the likes of which I have never heard. His fellow soldiers noted nothing out of sorts that could trigger such a transformation, but one notable item seems relevant. If not for the iron shortage, it would have gone unnoticed, but prior to his mad rage, the commander procured a new sword. The importance of this information I have no way of verifying. Okay, well, an interesting story, well met, and good luck. Yes, and to you as well. I'm quite certain our paths will cross again. Probably. Alright, so now we have more information about that as well. Hey, bartender, let's get a drink, right?
I got some cheap beer for you.
If the mine production slows anymore, we'll all be in the poorhouse. So would you like a drink?
Absolutely. Let's have some dragon's breath. That sounds fun. Yep. It's amazing how much the iron shortage affects everyone. People are short-tempered. They don't like it. Very unpleasant.
You have but to ask.
Let's see. Where is the shop? It might be over here. They have a store here. We want to find that place. We also want to visit their temple, because that way we can get our items identified. This might just be the path out of town. Or maybe this goes to the commander's house? Manor house. Okay, this is like... makes it look like another inn or something. We need to find the weapon shop. We need to get in out of the rain too, but... that's the temple. So we know where that is. Let's just gotta loop back around. Is that? Oh, that's the store. I was thinking it was on this street, and I was like, but where though? What's the very second building? Starfish, you idiot. Here we go.
It shall be as you wish.
Let's talk to this guy. We'll sell our stuff.
Welcome to my humble establishment.
Oh, interested in a little business on the side, friend? I have a man who swears by his grandmother he glimpsed a white wolf up in the Cloud Peak ice fields. It was but a short ways south, and she'd be easy pickings for a smart sword. I'd pay you good money for its pelt, so it's a guaranteed sale if you go. Keep it in mind on your travels. Can I interest you with anything here in my humble shop?
Maybe. He does buy gems, which is good. And he buys bandit scalps. Okay. We don't need... let's see. Everybody's got studded leather that needs it. Get rid of his old leather armor. And we'll sell all of her jewelry. You can wear the jewelry, by the way, if you feel fancy. It doesn't do anything unless it's magical. Halberds, warhammers, quarterstaves, all very expensive. A ninjato, for some reason. Crossbows, arrows, plate mail. Plate mail, of course, is better than splint mail. It's just a flat AC 3 or AC 0 versus slashing, whereas this is AC 4 and then 3 versus piercing and missile, 2 versus crushing. So this is just better, but again, I really don't want to spend almost 1,000 gold on it, so I'm waiting because it's only, like, it's a good improvement, but it's not a 900 gold good improvement, I don't think, if we can find a suit for free, and eventually we will. It will show up. So there we go. Merchant eager to buy wolf pelts, indeed. Alright, good. That takes care of all that. Let's head back out, and let's go to the temple. Because the temple's where we're going to get our items identified. Ta-da! The Temple of Helm. The god of watchers and protectors.
Your party before venturing forth.
The party's here, Dungeon Master. There we go.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Ah, hear that beautiful music. It's Nalin. Nalin.
Ah, intrepid adventurers at our door.
Helm guards over all the realms, and his servants are at your disposal. The Vigilant One stands ready to mend thy ailments and so divert the unyielding gaze of the Great Guide, for a suitable donation, of course, just to demonstrate our mutual goodwill, you understand. Helm watch over you and our poor lost brother Brage. A finer captain of the guard could nary be found this side of Alm. Such a strange change for one so devout as he. One does not usually change so drastically without nefarious help. If there be an evil influence on him, perhaps the harsh justice of the military should be stayed. He'll find no quarter at the garrison, but if he came to the temple, well, his restitution need not be his life. Is there anything I can help you with? Sure. Identify these items. Identify them. I hate spending 100 gold a pop, but we gotta, right? So there we go, the Eyes of Truth. It's a helm of Infravision. Being a scavenger of a sort, Babette Malistrom had this helm created to aid her in her dungeon excursions. She would later attribute her gathered wealth solely to its power, though likely it was as much her keen eyes as anything. So this is not a +1 helmet or anything, it is just a regular helmet, except it gives you infravision up to 120 feet, so it lets you see in the dark. Which is great, because both of them being half-elves, they have infravision, but Jin, Minsk, and Imoen do not. So, there we go, another quest update, and let's see.
Watch over thee upon thy quest.
What do these boots do? Here we go. So, the Worn Whispers, they are boots of stealth. In ages past, a king named Rigerd was renowned for the spies he kept. So skillful were they that no nook or cranny escaped their eyes, and maps were held for entire castles and towns. Eventually betrayed from within, the tools of their trade were taken and dispersed, ensuring that none could amass such a band again. So, yeah, no, we went over that, I think, in the first episode when we were doing character creation, that, yeah, Infravision, I mean, it does let you see in the dark. That's effectively what it is night vision, but it's not the same as dark vision that came along in 3rd edition and was carried over to Pathfinder and 5e. Infravision is, yeah, you can see heat signatures. And yeah, I do agree that it was cooler, because that actually came up even in some of the novels where, you know, there were people who were invisible to infravision because they were cold. Like, you couldn't always see the undead easily, is an example, or constructs. So let's see. This is move silently plus 20%, hide in shadows plus 15%. So let me ask y'all, are we going to keep these boots, or are we going to take them back to Zhurlong? Because they do belong to him, and we have that quest, of course. If we take them back to him, we're going to get 300 experience points and 125 gold. If we keep them, then of course we just have them. And they are usable by Imoen, for example, or Minsk, because Minsk Rangers also have the Move Silently, Hide in Shadows abilities. And, like, those are pretty significant bonuses. But we haven't been doing a lot of hiding. We might later in the game, as we build our skills up. But at least for right now, we're not really using stealth very much. So these could be useful because they would make stealth more viable at lower levels. And then, of course, they're going to continue to be useful at higher levels. It's not like plus 20% and plus 15% to 2 skills is not still good later on when you have more ranks in those skills. But they, if we need stealth, these could make it easier. But also 300 experience points and 125 gold, that's nothing to sniff at. And we would have completed that quest, so, you know, our reputation will go up as well. We can definitely use them until we take them back. So the question is, are we taking them back, period? And that's, you know... I mean, we're probably going to get another pair at some point, but it's something to think about. However, it's something to think about next time we're in Baragost, and we are not there at the moment. So, now we know what they do. I'm actually going to load it, because that way you can see what the powers are, but we don't need to identify them to use the powers. So, we'll just have her keep them for now, and that'll take up, you know, space in her boot slot, since nothing else is there, instead of space in our inventory. So that's better than nothing. Just like Jaheira is wearing this ring. And actually, we should identify that.
Over thee upon thy quest.
We should make certain that we know what that is. And yep, it is another Ring of the Princes. So it is just a Ring of Protection +1. But that's okay, she still probably needs it. She's our off healer at the moment, and she has the worst armor class, so she needs magic because she's limited in what she can wear, where things like splint mail are going to keep her from casting druid spells, so she has to stick to studded leather. Alright, who are we going to give this to? This Infravision. It really doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but... There we go. It does look cool. Look at the dragon wings on the side. Eventually, we'll probably find more items like that that give us Infravision. This is a fairly common magical item. Not the Eyes of Truth specifically, but just like a Helm of Infravision is not uncommon. So, we'll find more of those. But for now, I think let's give them to Jin. He needs to be able to see in the dark. I thought about Imoen, you know, except that thieves can't actually wear helmets. So it has to be either Jin or Minsk. And I think he needs to see what he's aiming at when he casts spells. So, and also, Minsk is just a better fighter. He's got a better, like, attack and everything. So, he needs it less. Even with, like, if he can't see in the dark, the penalties that he's taking are still not going to be comparable to Jin not being able to see. So, alright. Where'd our save files go? There we go. I'm gonna update both files. There we go. Alright, so think about it and decide if we're gonna take those boots back or not.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Alright, well, we've got a bunch of stuff to do. Chapter 2, yes. Oh, there we go. I was like, did it just cancel all of our... Because remember, I haven't played the Enhanced Edition very much. So, I was like... Did it just cancel all of our quests that we didn't turn in? But no. Produce short sword. Oh, that's right, by the high hedge. We haven't been there yet. We did all these. Half ogres near Baragost. We need to go back and do that. Cherokee's cloak. Basilis the murderer. We'll go back for that when we're higher level. So right now what we could do is we could return his boots. And then, of course, Prism the Sculptor. I think we're going to meet him on the way to Denna here. So, but we will see. But we have quite a bit of stuff to do. And we've met a lot of new people. We've got a long distance to travel. Oh yeah, and you can read a bunch of these, if not all of them. Stranger, tread this ground with gravity. Dentist Mark B is filling his last cavity. Dean, the lean, mean killing machine, died. Ross, the long-haired hippie agitator, dead, but he was so young and beautiful. The reports of my death have been greatly underestimated. James. Here lies Rick, who is always a few links shy of a chain. Here lies Scott. Sleep? I don't need no stinking sleep. Mike. I feel my body rising towards the bright light. Wait, now it's falling. What the hell? Ray, who said, This damn game will be the death of me. So, of course, these are all, like, programmers and developers. They put themselves in as grave markers, which is funny. I'm a fan. Let's head in here. I actually forget what's in here. Nothing. Okay. Well, it's locked. I think we can get in there later because it's it might be related to a quest. Maybe. We have not yet been inside the garrison.
Stand away, citizen!
Oh. Hey there, who told you could come in here? This place is only for members of the Omnian soldiery. Little snot-noses like you, you're not welcome here. Come on, get out of here before I have to kick your butts. Oh, we didn't know this was the barracks. Who the hell do you think you are trying to push us around? If you say that, I think that they just attack you. But I'm not sure.
You have but to ask.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's like one of those situations where he appreciates you being tough.
You have but
I think they just attack you. So, like, that's kind of a shitty interaction because if you say, oh, we're sorry, we'll leave, then he's like, yeah, run away, coward. But if you're like, hey, fuck you, buddy, then, like, they just turn hostile. So there's no winning. Oh, there's a fish. Alright, so I'm going to explore the rest of this side of the bridge here in Nashkel. And it's about time to wrap it up, and then we're going to have to pursue some of these quests next time when we come back. I think priority 1, of course, is going to be rescuing Dinah here. Because we, as I said, have kind of a time limit to do that. And if we don't do it in a fairly timely fashion, then Minsk is going to leave the party. And since we need Minsk and Dinah here, because they are indeed the final 2 members of the canon party, then we don't want that to happen. Plus, we need Dinah here, because remember what I said about the Witches of Rashomon? She's a wizard. And we love wizards. And we need a wizard, because we need someone who can identify our stuff. Right? So, yeah. That's this side of the river, at least. I'm not going over the bridge down here for a reason. We'll get to that when we come back next time. But yeah, I think we need to go rescue Dinah here. We'll get her in our party. That way she'll be getting maximum experience points if we go get her as soon as possible for, you know, anything else that we do after she's joined us. So she'll miss out on the least. Plus, we'll have a wizard. And she and Minsk will stay with us forever after. Which will be nice. So we'll do that, and then once we've got Dinah here, we will pursue some other side quests in our journal here around Nashkel. Eventually we're going to have to go back up to the Friendly Arm Inn, and there's all kinds of places around here that obviously we have not yet uncovered. Places around Baragost and, you know, out here in the wilderness, and we have quests for some of those, like the High Hedge. We'll check out the Carnival as well, and we'll see if we get to the mines. The main thing is going to be getting Dinah here, and if we get her and then come back, these other quests can wait because we're going to have to travel back north for other story stuff eventually anyway. So that being the case, I'm not going to make a special trip up there right away. Instead, we're going to focus on this area down here, and we're going to do what we need to around Nashkel. So yeah, it'll be Dinah here. It'll be any quests that we can complete around Nashkel to level up a little bit, to fold Minsk and Dinah here into the party. And, of course, we want to, you know, we want to cap this off. We don't have a lot of experience points until some of us level up, like Minsk, like Imowen, like Jin. It's going to happen pretty quick. So that means that we want to make sure that we do whatever we can to make that happen. And it may even happen on the way to picking Denny here up. That may be enough. Like just the random encounters and then actually getting her because, of course, keep in mind that right here, rescuing Denny here is a quest. So we're going to get a reward just for getting her in our party. Yeah. So I'm excited. And I love Denny here as well. So that's what we'll be doing next time. So join me next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time for more.
Are always so intimidating. So many people.
Yes, Khalid, but this is not a city. Well, theoretically it is, but like, I mean, you see what it looks like. I wouldn't call it a city. Anyway, so yeah, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S. Come back for more Baldur's Gate. And don't forget to follow here on Twitch if you're not already. Subscribe if you feel like it, or pledge to our Patreon if you want to, but follow and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you missed any previous episodes, you can catch the whole playlist, of course, here on our channel. And don't forget to try the game for yourself. You can scroll down into the details below the video description and find links to where you can pick the game up. And be sure to follow on Twitter so that you can stay abreast of what's happening here on the channel. That's where I post, any updates that we've got, any cancellations, and news, about things like how Specific Pixel and I are going to be playing The Seventh Guest starting this Monday. And the Monday streams will be spooky games all October long. So tune in for that. Come back for Hellgate London on Thursdays. And I'll see you back for more Baldur's Gate. Until then, as always, thanks for playing.